All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the weekly open race here. I'm joined by Linares, and we're about to see some Chozo some Chozo Metroid Randomizer, also with random bosses. So it should be pretty awesome. How's it
Will be
going,
fun to
Linares?
do, sire.
Yeah.
And our four racers being featured on stream here are Rossu, Jaychalke. Thank you, Jaychalke, as the guy who runs Speedrunners Arena. They do a lot of other streaming for us. And then we have Kipp and Zeb. Kipp and Zeb are currently tied for first in their division. It'll be very interesting to see who ends up winning in their league matches.
Yeah, definitely some good runners on stream. And as far as the Chozo with boss Rando logic. This is something that Kip and Zeb, heading for the playoffs, will have to deal with, from what I understand, and possibly in a final match playoff as well.
No spoilers, but Kipp has already played his Week 9 match. You can look up the results of that if you want.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't
I don't
realize
know
he
if
was
Zeb
there.
has yet. Some people have to play their matches early. But this is
Oh,
actually our community race, so anybody can join this one. This one's just for fun. A little late to join the one that's actually in process, but every Sunday there's these that we're putting on just to spread the joy.
oh yeah. And yeah, I guess people in the chat are asking about random bosses. So, um, just a brief, the Chozo logic is there's these statues in Super Metroid. You've probably seen them. They have an item, and so all the major items are randomized on those statues now instead of kind of various other places. And then with this one, the random boss order is whenever they enter a boss door. So there's four of them: Ridley, Phantoon, Kraid, and Dragon. Whenever you enter that door, it could be any of those four bosses, even one that you can't beat, which I believe we did see last week actually with Kipp, where he got into Dragon's room not having enough equipment to beat him.
And trying to beat Ridley without the Varia suit is especially fun.
Oh yeah, that too for sure. So you
Dragon's
did,
not too hard to kill without gravity suit. It's getting out of the room that's a pain.
yeah, yeah, sorry. But yeah, and so we'll probably see a lot of saves before entering boss doors, depending on how the items appear. And I believe that a few save stations, well, probably just the one in Rex ship that's normally not active, will actually be active for this one to make that a little easier.
And it's always an interesting gamble because until you beat Phantoon, not the boss at Phantoon's position, the wreck ship isn't active and you can't get the three items that are inside it.
Yep.
But if Phantoon is in his default location and you're trying to skip the wreck ship to try to find him, then you might not, it'd be a while before you actually get up there.
Yeah.
I'm hoping for Phantoon at Ridley and then Gravity Suit in the attic.
That sounds awesome to me. I'd like to see it.
All right, looks like all the racers have readied up in SRL. There's the four on stream, and then another 6 or 7 people who will be racing off stream. So we'll be counting down and starting here in just a moment.
There we go.
And they're off. Kipp, of course, doing his custom sprite work.
Yeah, and man, that ship looked really cool tonight. I like that. Reminds me of kind of like a magma. I don't know. That looks cool.
I just hope that he finds the Varia suit first. It seems that every time that I've watched Kipp play a race with one of his cool custom skins, he doesn't find Varia
Oh,
until after Gravity.
oh, okay. One of the last ones I watched with him, he did that high jumpless lava dive to Dragon. So
So, of course, this being Chozo Randomizer, the first item will be the Morph Ball. And then we'll get to take a look at the Alpha missiles as well as Bomb Teresa.
Yeah.
If the runners find power bombs or bombs, they will also likely check 230 missiles on their way up.
So yeah, Morph Ball never being randomized, somewhat of a shame, but you know,
Well, in chozo logic, it's not that it's not randomized; it's that if it's not there, you literally can't get any items at all.
yeah,
It'd be interesting. We should try a seed where they give us speed booster as our first item
and
instead of
then
morph ball.
Morph Ball at Gauntlet.
Looks like it'll be super missiles, super missiles, super missiles here, with alpha missiles behind and the item in the ceiling all being supers.
Yeah, and the early supers definitely good for this. You know, we have seen a few times where people have gone down to go to kind of the second Chozo statue, Bomb Torizo, and if they don't have any missiles, they then have to come right back up and check something else.
And while charge beam is a little easier to find in chozo logic than it is in major minor, and definitely full, doesn't mean you'll always get it.
Yep. Yeah, so all the runners picking up all the super missiles they see, of course. Not wanting to chance anything on that.
It's like Zeb had a little trouble with the super missiles in the ceiling.
Yeah, he had to do
So
the
he's
backup.
a little behind the other runners, but
At this point, though, they're all in the same
yep.
Room here in a second. And,
so we got 2 ledge climbers and a wall climber in this match.
Yeah.
Zeb also going to be doing the wall climb.
I really am starting to be a fan of the ledge grab climb. It looks really cool. It seems really fast. I mean, I don't know. I'm digging it.
I think the wall climb is nice to get warmed up for your wall jumps out of Alcatraz.
Oh wow!
And indeed, it is the first chozo. It is our chozo power bomb at Bomb Torizo statue.
So they're very happy to see that because there are times where power bombs are pretty scarce in these seeds, and you need power bombs to get to lower Norfair, to get to wreck ship, to pretty much get a lot of progression.
That sync between rossu and Kipp. Most importantly, it lets them go here and check the 230 missile item.
Yeah.
Being gained, of course, because it's the last missile pack you pick up in 100%. Just a chozo E-tank.
Yeah, and so I guess I didn't quite mention earlier, but you're seeing ammo and E-tanks on the chozo statues because it's sort of the you can get enough items to finish the game logic, so you need a couple of E-tanks. I think it's 3 and 1 reserve that are on chozo statues, and a little bit of ammo, so 2 supers, 2 missiles, and I don't know how many power bombs. Is it 2 packs or 1?
1 power bomb.
1 power bomb. Okay.
3 E-tanks, 1 reserve, 2 supers, 2 missiles, 1 power bomb. For a total of 25 items, including the majors on the tracker and the grapple and X-ray.
Is it just me, or am I a little surprised not to see gauntlet checks happening with those?
With only 1 power bomb pack, if it's not bombs or screw attack or no in there, then you can't get out.
Yeah. Every now and then you see someone gamble on it, trying to get the information, but I guess none of these runners wanting to take that gamble. So,
well, they know it can't be logically required yet, so while they might have to backtrack up there to go get it, I think it's not a bad choice to keep going down. I generally see people, if screw attack is their item. Of course, there's another power bomb pack there, so now it is logically accessible.
Yeah, and
there's
plasma.
The plasma beam.
So this is starting out really nice for basically ammo and beams, getting plasma and lots of supers, more supers in the back here. And yeah, extra power bombs even, really loading them up.
And of course, finding that E-tank at the 230 missiles is interesting because of how the Hell Run logic works. You're going to have to find pretty much all the chozo E-tanks before Hell Runs are actually in logic. Like that E-tank that Kipp just found up here or at early supers, that does not. You need one E-Tank besides the Chozo statues to have the Hell runs in Logic, but if he doesn't find enough of the Chozo ones, they're still not in Logic.
Yep. And those hell runs, there are different ones down in Norfair. I think they have different tank requirements, but for the Chozo, they're all the same, right?
I
You'd
think
have to have
Ice
enough.
Beam is. I think Ice Beam is only 2 Chozo E-Tanks, but I can't remember.
Okay.
We got all of our basic ammo loadout.
Yeah.
We'll
Another
be able to backdoor Spore Spawn.
yeah, another interesting change with the Chozo is seeing the Spore Spawn statue, and every now and then even a Spore Spawn fight. I'm not going to see any of that today, the fight, but at least see the item.
I've seen first palms
Oh,
back.
and Kipp is loving it.
Man, plasma and high jump boots this early. It's gotta be Phantoon at Ridley and Gravity Suit in the attic.
Well, with high jump boots, I mean, Kipp is definitely going to head to Lower Norfair. That seems to be his favorite there.
If he gets far.
More supers too. Almost enough ammo to kill Ridley already. Oh, the power bomb's probably enough, just not in a quick way.
And even more supers.
So yeah, all super kill open on Ridley. Which is actually pretty good, because this is because of the boss rando. They could find Ridley even at Kraid's lair, and while they don't have Varia to last through the fight, I mean, at least they'll have the ammo, just in case he picks up enough tanks, or I don't know, chances it. And with these items, I mean, everyone's going to be probably heading down, but with this Chozo logic, there is an interesting item. So there's an up down here in Red Tower, and there is an item right at the top of Red Tower called Alpha Power Bombs. Some runners will actually head up there, give it a quick check, and then head back down.
It does surprise me that Kipp is not heading. I think in boss shuffle Chozo, it's extremely valuable to go up to Alpha PBs, because until you fight Phantoon, there can't be any items in Red Ship for you to get. Yep. So that Alpha PB item often can be the way to get to Phantoon.
Yeah, definitely. So, and we also see, the other runner, Rossu, making the same choice as Kipp, not checking those. We'll see what the other two decide.
Finding our Chozo, one of our Chozo missiles there. Yeah. I believe we found both Chozo supers and one of our E-tanks so far. And Zeb choosing to grab the reserve tank from the pipe and head up. So we'll get some new information from him.
So we are going to see that Alpha PB check. One of the other things about the information with the Chozos is there are fewer Chozo locations. So now that they have all this ammo, every check becomes more important, because there's very likely to be something good there as far as major items go. So, I think the only thing what we haven't seen ammo at a Chozo would be a missile pack, right? And a couple of E-tanks.
Yeah, we're missing the reserve, 2 E-tanks, and 1 of the missile packs.
Yeah, so every check more likely to have something good. But not.
And there's our Chozo reserve tank at Alpha PBs. And another Chozo E-tank for Kipp. Yeah. So Hell runs are now in Logic.
Yeah.
I almost guarantee, I really think that Rossu is going to be checking the boss for us, but I'm going to be betting we got to do some Hell runs to Croc or Speed or Wave to get our progression.
It is certainly looking that way. And yeah, so Alpha PB is not worth it, unfortunately. I like the call.
Is Zeb going to take the gamble? No, he's not. But he is going to have the information that Hell runs are in Logic. So.
Yeah.
Well, sure. Actually, Kipp Hell ran to Ice for that tank. So I think they're in Logic. It's hard to know sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure they are, or at least.
And there's Varia's suit, so it doesn't matter anyway. And Kraid is at Kraid today.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, that's
Nice.
very pretty red color.
Yeah, rossu getting a good quick kill. Yeah, and that early Varia with all the E-tanks and the high jump, I mean, we're looking, and the ammo, I mean, we got to be looking at least a couple of lava dives.
Kipp will. I absolutely now expect Kipp to lava dive.
Oh, yeah. And a spring
Although
ball,
it
of
is
course.
risky because if you lava dive and find Dragon and don't have grapple beam or
Yep.
bombs, you can't get out.
Yep. So it is definitely risky. And since, we saw Kraid at Kraid, it's even more risky knowing the Dragon's not there. But we also see Spring Ball, so a lot of runners will probably pick that up and we'll have a good seed.
It is also a nice, easy way to cross the moat. The runners didn't want to CWJ. We've now seen 3 of our 4 reserve tanks in the game.
Yeah. And I guess, it's been such a heavy ammo seed with super missiles, but also they already have 15 power bombs on the bottom, Kipp and Zeb, because of the high jump room. So um, probably still want ice, but they don't actually need it for Torian anymore, which is always a little more comfortable to have at least some way to do it. Wow, and so many super missiles. Zeb already up to 40. Wow. Gravity suit.
So in Boss Rando, just because I'm seeing the question in chat, the boss item location is linked to the actual boss. So no matter where Phantoon or Kraid or Dragon are, the plasma beam room, the wreck ship supers, and Kraid's E-tank door will not be unlocked until you find the actual boss.
Yep. So that's what you were saying about wreck ship, that Phantoon could be all the way down in lower Norfair, and then you'd have to travel all the way up to wreck ship to actually check his item.
Well, and what I've been waiting to see is that if you kill Dragon before you go into the wreck ship, it is actually faster to take the Forgotten Highway because the reverse Cacatac door is open to get to whatever bosses where Dragon would normally.
Alrighty. Wow, and speed booster and gravity in Bubble Mountain, so Kipp is just all kinds of leveled up here. I mean, what does he even need at this point? I mean, he does need
Nothing.
charge.
He can just
or
go
more
mode
ammo?
all 4 bosses. Like charge
Yeah.
would be nice, ice would be nice. He needs enough ammo if he's not going to get charged to get through Mother Brain. But
Yeah, it's really just charge or ammo.
Well, that was quick. It's a 14-minute suit go mode with
Yeah.
the speed booster.
Basically, yeah. So definitely a quicker seed with all this ammo and all of this good gear.
And giving him all the movement items too, with speed booster and high jump and spring ball. Oh, is he going to get the lava spark? Nice lava spark.
Yeah, that was really nice. So he's going to take the save here. I think the other day I saw him save in Bubble Mountain, just in case he had trouble with the... Oh, well, I guess he has gravity this time. Never mind.
Yeah, honestly, not actually sure why he's saving. I guess just to be careful.
Yeah, I mean, your go mode, maybe, you don't want to throw it.
Oh no, he's saving because he's gonna go check the screw attack item, and but he could get out of screw attack room, so I don't understand why he would save. I guess to save the supers from the green gate glitch, If he uses too many, maybe.
Yeah, could be. It's not exactly free, but he gets a third try. Nice and easy for him. And picks up a couple of the refills.
It was so nice of Deer Force to get all these supers in this room.
So we will get to see a new item here at Screw Attack, and just another E-Tank. Oh,
Third chozo E-Tank.
okay.
So at
So
this point,
we've
he
seen everything.
He does reset. Interesting.
Yeah, and so we've seen all of the E-Tanks, so we know every other check has to be a major item or a missile pack, right?
I believe there's one missile pack left still.
Yeah.
It's always interesting because the supers and the power bombs are logic related. So you have to find them because you have to find them before you can actually go through the doors. They're often early. But the missiles, I don't believe, are tied into the logic, and so you often find those buried real deep.
Yeah.
Nothing worse than going up to Shack Tool all the way there, and just a missile pack.
I don't think we're going to see any Shack Tool today with this seed. This is just insanely fast. Then we do see Jaychalke also doing his lava dive now.
But he does not have the gravity suit. Looks like he did not do the Bubble Mountain checks quite yet.
Oh,
Very interesting. It is, I believe, a little faster to do them on the way out.
Yes,
if you know that you're going to be doing the lava dive. And so he's actually going for a real lava dive.
Yeah. And having a little trouble, but looks like he's getting it second try here. Yep. So he's all good to go. And we do see Rossu making the same choice with gravity suit, though. And Zeb a little bit behind from his Alpha PB check, unfortunately, but we'll probably make the same choice after he checks Bubble Mountain here, which it looks like he's doing.
And it'll be interesting to see. This really is going to come down to a routing game of, hey, what's faster with these items going through Meridia or Wreck Ship first?
Yeah.
But you got to imagine, unless Phantoon is down here, that the runners will do Meridia next because they don't want to risk going to the Wreck Ship, as well as it's kind of out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, with the way the items are set up, I mean, they can pretty much kill every boss, so you might as well go that fastest, like Lower Norfair, Meridia, Wreck Ship route.
It looks like Kipp is counting on finding the charge beam because he has not been checking any additional miners.
And he has a good shot at it. I mean, he's seen a lot of ammo at Chozos, and we've seen all the E-tanks. Well, he has too, actually. So, I mean, keep checking those majors, and he will probably find it. But it could definitely change the race because, I mean, Zeb's already up to 45 supers, and that could be, if Charge is buried after Wreck Ship with, I don't know, up at Bowling or Shack Tool or something, then...
Yeah, right. They do not have Grapple or X-Ray or Ice Beam yet. So if Ice and Grapple are in the Wreck Ship and Charge is at Shack Tool, then no runner's getting it.
Yeah. Oh, a nice spring ball jump from Rossu. He's going to keep that E-Tank over at Screw Attack. But yeah, so I mean, in that sense, Zeb still, has a way back in it there. But we shall see.
Looks like Rossu and Jaychalke simultaneously in worst room of the game.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, and it is Dragoon down here. So Jaychalke is going to be so not happy.
Oh, wow, yeah. Being the only one without gravity suit.
Well, And when he then realizes that it was in Bubble Mountain the whole time, oof,
Yeah.
it's bad.
Now, I did talk to Kipp briefly, or heard him talk about it. The other day when this happened, Grapple was actually behind Dragon, so it was possible to escape. He just didn't know it. But he gets a beautiful quick kill on Dragon and a spike suit. Yeah, wow. So Kipp just having a great fight over there, and I guess we'll see now if Jaychalke is basically screwed or not. Yeah, and
He's,
he's screwed.
he does save, but it's this save, so
Oh, that's a tough save. It's like you still have to go all the way out the back, and yeah.
oh, that's interesting. Chad is telling me that Charge Beam is logically required for Ridley because the logic is only driven by the statues, and you don't have enough ammo. Didn't know that.
I wonder if that's the same in Boss Rando.
It should be. The boss Rando piece is done before the Chozo logic is applied.
Huh, okay. Well, we did see a lot of early supers in this seed, so I don't know.
But those wouldn't be in logic for that, is what they're saying. Because Chozo logic is only driven by what you find on the Chozo statues, with the exception of the Crocomire and Bubble Mountain Hell runs, which would necessitate a single E-Tank being available in the miners.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so, I mean, there's only 2 locations we haven't seen, and you can't check wreck ship. Well, I guess you could have vanilla Phantoon, so.
Or Phantoon in Meridia.
Yeah, but I mean, like, as far as doing the checks for charge, then.
Yeah, I would be interesting. I expect Kipp to go into Meridia.
Yeah.
Although he'll go for Kraid first. He'll go and over there to get that extra item. But I wonder if he's going to check the plasma room, and if he's going to check if he gets ice or grapple. We'll try to check.
Yeah, I don't know. With this ammo, he's got to make some more checks. So he's either got to start going for miners, or just make those checks. But we do see the Dragon fight for Rossu, trying to finish.
Jaychalke is making sure to farm up, but he's gonna be just some more time loss. Oof.
Yeah. And Rossu actually has speed booster, but trying to finish this up with ammo.
Probably wants to preserve some health to get out.
Yeah, and he does get Dragon down.
So right now, the differential between Rossu and Kipp is not as big as it looks, because Rossu does have the Kraid kill down, who was vanilla today.
But I believe Kipp will be able to do it a little faster, right? Because of his routing.
Not really. That boss doesn't really affect it, because either way you got to go in and go out.
Well, I mean, but he's on his way to Meridia, so it's like kind of on the way.
Rossu did it on his way down though, so I don't think that saved it time either way.
Okay.
So once Kipp comes back out the door, we'll be able to really see how far ahead he is.
And Jaychalke's going for it.
Is there? I guess. Can you get out? If he gets the blue suit with the kill, he can get out.
Yeah, I mean,
because you don't have to. Right, in the normal boss, you have to have 2, because you have to get out of Dragon's room and out of the Precious room. But here, he'll be spat back out into lower Norfair, so if he can get the spark suit, he'll be able to spark up.
But how's he gonna get it? He doesn't have enough power bombs for like a crystal flash.
Blue suit is magic to me. If he's trying it, I assume there's a way to get it.
Oh, okay. I thought you had to crystal flash if you didn't have gravity or have grapple, or I don't know. I guess maybe there is some other magic wizardry. So maybe he just, he does want to see the item. So he came all this way. I mean, no reason not to check the item, I guess.
Chat thinks that he might be able to do some spring ball shenanigans to get out.
Or if it's X-ray, that X-ray climb's allowed, isn't
He
it?
doesn't know that the item behind Dragon won't help him get out. So
Yeah, but that X-ray climb I think is allowed. I'm not 100% sure. So
any X-ray climbs that don't take you out of bounds.
yeah, so if he sees that, he could potentially, have something there.
So Kipp entering Meridia about a minute or so ahead of Rossu.
Yeah, so we got a good race going on from Kipp and Rossu, with Zeb not too far behind. This fight really eating a lot of time up for Jay, though. And Rosu doesn't really have enough ammo either, so he has to keep checking miners as well.
And Jay gets the bad news. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, I don't know why we're not seeing a reset. I guess maybe he is hoping for some wizardry.
Something about multiple spring ball jumps.
Well, good luck. I send him some luck in chat then if you're gonna try this. Is this gonna work? Okay.
Oof, almost.
I guess I see what he's going for there. If you
it works
get the
somehow
pulse quick enough. Seems like the timing is going to be really tight on that. Yeah, and Rosu is checking some more miners still, and Kipp is not. So Kipp may be committed to like a plasma check or a, shack tool at some point. Oof.
It'll be interesting, right? Because, Jaychalke, are you gonna get it?
I think he was falling down. Yeah, this looks super tight. It's ambitious though. I'm glad. I mean, if he gets it, that would be awesome. I've never seen it before.
Between Rossu and Kipp, it's definitely going to come down to where is the charge beam.
Yeah.
Because Rossu is full. I'm getting my miners now. Oh, hey, and Kipp fights Phantoon. So it's interesting, right? Because charge is required for Ridley. If Ridley was, no, charge could have still been in either place because,
yeah,
if Ridley wasn't here, then if Ridley was here, then Phantoon was in Phantoon. So.
Oh, that looks good from Jaychalke. Is he about to get it? He got it.
Nice job.
Oh, wow.
I fully expect some super missile K going once he finds gravity.
Yeah, I mean, Jaychalke's my hero now. I've never seen that before. That's pretty awesome. Sorry, yeah, and Kipp, of course, having a quick fight with Phantoon, already down. So we'll get to see if he was rewarded with charge or not.
Yeah, Rossu now only needs 2 missile packs and 2 super packs to have his necessary ammo. So does Kipp check plasma on his way out? That's the question.
Yeah, he's got to check it. He's not checking enough ammo to not check it.
Well, it's an interesting choice because if you're going to check plasma, then you probably would want to take Forgotten Highway back up, which means that you don't check X-Ray and Gauntlet before you get there. So if you go the other way, it's 2 checks, but then you're completely isolating plasma.
Yeah, I see.
And there's nothing that stops charge from being at Shack Tool still.
That is true. You're really hoping for that charge at Shack Tool. I mean, it would be interesting to see.
It would make me laugh. Kipp
Definitely
is
gonna.
doing the plasma check.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Rossu into the bot balloon fight as our other racers finish exiting Norfair and join the other two in Meridian.
Yeah, and I did get a little discombobulated when he came out of Phantoon and was back in Meridia for a second. And I was like, oh yeah, Boss Rando. This is an interesting one. Oh, and
And
charge
he
right there,
finds
Plasma.
it. Oh, come on.
So easy. Anyways, I mean, that does put Kipp in full go mode, so he is, of the on-stream runners, definitely in the lead now.
He gets bailed out. 1 out of 5 chance. Or was it 1 out of 6? Maybe more, because we had. Yeah, it's 1 out of
3.
7, actually.
Yeah, from what he's seen, it's like 1 out of 10. I mean, he's missing a couple of other ones that we've seen, but yeah, I mean, he definitely got lucky there.
Looks like Zeb is going for his minor hunt. And like I said, Rossu at this point, you need either 2 super packs or 1 super and 2 missile packs. I bet he just goes straight up into Wreck Ship and finds a few more miners along the way.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd be surprised if he took the time to check Plasma.
Oh, looks like this was not a. The boss Rando didn't troll too hard, except for Jaychalke here.
Who trolled the troll there, doing that crazy spring ball jump. Seems like Phantoon was pretty much dead if he had landed a super. Oh yeah, there it goes. Okay. And Kipp is already heading back up the tower.
This is going to be one fast seed, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
Kipp's routing was pretty much ideal. Like, I don't think there's a single thing that he did that was not worth it, except for possibly the screw attack reset.
Yeah, screw attack reset. He probably, I mean, probably didn't need 35 supers, but you know, what's
No, he
that?
did
7 seconds?
kill Ridley with him.
No, Ridley's here in the wreck ship, and he's got charge.
Oh, he does by now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So didn't need to pick it even the as many up as he did, but you know, he doesn't know that, and so he still probably played as fast as the seed would allow there, pretty much.
Jet seed, if I've ever seen one. Of course, I have noticed that chozo seeds are more likely to be jet because you can't have gravity suit buried in Meridia, and having Varia suit in Meridia is just low probability.
Yeah, well, not yet. I hear there's some suitless Meridia scheduled for the playoffs, right?
Correct, but only on the Dragoon item for non-boss Rando. And Jaychalke finds his gravity and is remarkably not angry at it.
Well, not wasting supers. He's a little low, but I'm sure he's angry.
Oh, and Rossu did take the time to go check Alpha PBs.
Yeah.
Well, because there's a miner behind it, right? That's a smart place to check for him. What he's trying to do.
And he gets the super missiles to. I think he has enough ammo now, right? 60 and 40. That should be more than enough.
That's the minimum required.
Okay.
Kipp finding the spacer beam behind the Ridley item, so was worth it to check for him in case it was ice. we might even see him go through Gauntlet to get to Mother Brain, just in case that's ice as well.
Yeah, with 15 power bombs, though, you think he
In
would feel
fact,
like that would save him time?
maybe he can.
I don't feel like he would think that would save him any time at that point, but I guess we'll find out here very shortly because he's, you know, he's almost there.
It probably he has charge, so if he does find it, it's not just the Metroid time, but it's also the Mother Brain time.
True.
But he can't stand up glitch. He doesn't have enough tanks, so
Yeah.
it's a pretty cool ship.
Oh yeah. Where's Zeb going?
Checking plasma, or no, he's getting beach miner. He'll probably check plasma as well.
Okay.
Ooh, Rossu bonks his spark.
Yep. Yeah, I guess Zeb also committed to ammo at this point, picking up 3 extra miners up here, so that's it's a good spot. I mean, they're all pretty close together.
I think Rossu's routing for his miners was a little better. Kipp being the first runner on the restream into Torian. Just a reminder that we got 6 or 7 more players playing off stream. I wonder how many of them got trolled by Dragoon.
Yeah, and Kipp did not check Gauntlet, so he is just using the power bombs and a little bit of spring ball, or I thought he was gonna. No, he's gonna jump around.
He even gets a power bomb drop.
Yeah. Yeah, the power bombs were pretty nice in this one, having all 15 basically at the very beginning there, so making this Torian a lot more comfortable for him.
It always makes you think how many small little things that Deer Force did that make some of these runs possible. Like, why are Metroids vulnerable to power bombs? That makes no real sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
Why is Bot Wound blocked by the speed booster when you can also just happen to do a perfect ice clip in that room? So many of these little things that make the fun tricks possible.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a well-designed game.
Rossu entering his Ridley fight with Zeb, but Zeb getting his ammo go mode already, so we'll be not far behind.
Yeah. And Kipp, I mean, how much longer is this going to take? This is going to be a really fast time. I mean, what's there, like 10 minutes left?
Not even. I think it's 10
Yeah.
minutes from Torian to exit.
So, yeah, and he's getting baby skip. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, I mean, he's going to be done in real fast time. His energy is a little low, but it doesn't look like he's having any problems with anything at the moment, so shouldn't be an issue.
And as far as I'm aware, the fastest race time of any of these types so far is a real cutie with 46:43 in the league from the league matches. I don't think Kipp will quite beat that.
That'd be a tough ask, but I mean,
Looks like he's not going for the speed booster Zeb skip and just opting for the Zeb skip.
yeah, I think he usually tries it once and then doesn't retry. From what I've seen. But Zeb has Ridley down too. And Rossu's heading for Torian, so a lot of fast seeds happening here. And Jaychalke even, already to Phantoon, putting up a good pace despite missing that gravity suit a little bit earlier than he could have had it. So what do we got with the charge wave plasma? It's an extra like four shots? 6 shots?
No idea.
Oh, okay.
Math, too much math.
I think it's 24 with this one.
No, I think it's
30?
It's 20 with the full combo. It's 24 with Charge Ice Wave Spacer. So I don't know if Wave's Plasma is the same damage as Ice Wave Spacer.
Okay. Well, either way, it's already over. And
So
Zeb,
since this is boss randomizer, when Jaychalke exits Phantoon, he's not as close to Zeb as it appears. He's actually in Meridia and then has to get all the way up to the wreck ship.
yeah,
Rossu entering Torian, just about 4 or 5 minutes behind Kipp. Very respectable to be right behind him.
and Zeb just checking a couple more items in the wrecked ship, and should have more than enough at this point to also head into Torian. But it is interesting though, with both Zeb and Rossu's ammo, they may have to do a little bit of, if they can't do the speed booster Zeb skip, they may have to do a little bit of breaking it with the missiles, then backtracking to refill.
Wow, that's a very good point.
So we'll see how that plays out. They're not that close to each other, but it could definitely make a difference here if one can do it and one can't. But Kipp finishes off Mother Brain 3 real nicely with that Hyper Beam.
Hyper Beam is the best beam.
Oh, yeah.
Although I have seen runners in SMZ3 Rando beat Mother Brain and then go to check the Plasma Beam room. And apparently the Hyper Beam cannot kill the Plasma Beam pirates.
Really? Oh, wow.
And because you can't charge with the Hyper Beam, you can't even charge and pseudo screw them.
Oh, man.
All right, Kipp, show us the blue bomber.
Is he gonna get it? Oh, he's not doing it.
Lame. I should commend the speedrunner and Kipp for not doing swag stress that saves 0 time.
Rossu having a few extra jumps here, but he'll get it. Come on, Rossu.
Yeah, Kipp here might.
Oh, no. He gets grabbed. So Rossu gets grabbed, and Zeb is hot on his tail.
And wow, Kipp going for the ship. He's gonna finish sub 45. SRL time of 44:58.
Wow. What did you say the fastest was?
The fastest time that I'm aware of in the league recorded so far is a 46:43.
Wow. So with boss randomizer too, killing that by a full minute.
And in this case, right, I think the boss randomizer didn't really affect anything like that would have made this faster. Kraid was Kraid, and they're able to get the rest of them out pretty quickly. So
yeah, for sure. So GG to Kipp, taking the overall victory as well. And we do see Zeb and Rossu close behind him, but yeah, that's a super fast time.
So competing for second on the restream is going to be how long does it take for Rossu to speed skip, and does Zeb get this baby skip?
Yeah. Well, and how long does Rosu try it before switching to the missiles?
Aw, Zeb gets grabbed.
Yeah, so Zeb and Rosu both got grabbed. Kind of even things up there. And we do see Forgotten Highway from Jaychalke, like you were saying earlier, as part of the routing.
Coming from Plasma, he went and checked Plasma Beam and got his Charge Beam.
Yeah.
Coming from Plasma Beam, I don't know if it's actually faster, but it's time neutral, so.
Yeah. And we do see Rosu switching to missiles, taking out all the Zebs. So running a little low. Oh, there. He just barely got that last Zeb. So now he'll refill, and again, if Zeb can get this.
No, Zeb's doing the same thing. He's got some
yeah,
reserve tank energy, but he's just committing to doing it right off the bat.
Yeah, I do see that now.
Well, it's a good thing he had the reserve tank energy.
Yeah. This room's pretty hard to not take any damage in. He's gonna be low on missiles, though. But he should have enough supers. Yeah.
Yeah, he's still got plenty of ammo.
Yep.
He's got 10 extra missiles and 3 extra supers. But he's definitely still slightly behind Russ.
Yeah, definitely.
Jaychalke, interestingly enough, is checking the right side supers. Huh.
Oh. Well, it could
I
be
guess
ice.
he's hoping for Ice Beam.
Yeah. And it's
And
not.
it's Grapple.
And we do see some other action in the SRL chat as far as the racing goes. Does look like Astor finished
second with a 47.34.
Yeah, and Sloter's coming in just after him with a 47.49. So that race was pretty close between Sloters and Astor there. But still quite a bit behind Kipp today. He really played a great race.
Sub 45 is insane for a randomizer.
Yeah.
Because just think about it, right? The any percent record is like a 41. And that's where you know where all the items are for you to get around and kill everything.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. So yeah, of the on stream, Rossu definitely looking to take second tier. Just finishing up Mother Brain. Zeb though close behind. Definitely played well because he did do that early Alpha PB check when Rossu didn't. So I probably lost him a little bit of time there with the backtrack. And Jaychalke heading to the end too. So yeah, when you were talking earlier about was there anything that Kipp could have done faster? I mean, clearly nothing that the other runners could come up with because
his route was perfectly played. The only thing that this was a spoiler race that would have been faster would be to skip the screw attack location, and then a few less miners.
Yeah, so no one else coming up with that key to beating him, and he did not leave the door open.
Not that these other runners are getting a slow time by any means.
Oh no, yeah, we're seeing a lot of sub hours here. Even, well, Jaychalke might come in a little over an hour, but we are gonna get to see what Gauntlet is, so it's got to be something good up there. There's not anything left.
It could be screw attack or bombs or spaceship
Yeah,
or ice, which is what he wants. But
yeah, exactly. And it would be interesting if it was like screw attack.
if we had paid attention in Kipp's credits, we could have seen where the ice beam was.
Oh, it's just X-ray.
Just
Oh
X-ray.
man, that's like the worst thing he could have seen. Oh man. But yeah, I was just thinking if it was like screw attack, they could have got out of there with screw attack and then had a much easier time down in Norfair. But not the case.
I wonder if there's Rossu finished.
Yeah, Rossu does finish up with an official time of 52:20. So,
And that is 5th place, 17 seconds behind Canadian Owl with a 52:03.
yeah, just barely beating him out there. But
And there's Zeb with a 53:0.
Yep, yeah, so what we're about to see is gonna quickly finish this one up, and a lot of fast times, of course. But yeah, so 5th place for Rossu, 6th place for Zeb.
And welcome, Rossu.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey, good race.
Yeah, it was really fun. I had a little scare at third boss, and when I went to Meridia, I immediately went into the boss room, and I forgot that I didn't have enough ammo at the time for Ridley, in case it was Ridley, and I got
Didn't
lucky.
even notice that.
Yeah, as soon as I entered the room, I was like, "Oh no, I didn't save." You know.
Oh wow.
Fortunately, it was Phantoon, and I got lucky there.
But not lucky enough to beat Owl, I guess.
No, I guess not. I for speed booster Zeb skip, I've been practicing it and I get it on and off. It's something I'm not 100% consistent with, so I give it a lot more tries than I usually would.
Yeah. Zeb was just like, nope, I'm missiling him down immediately. And Kipp had the God vision and checked plasma after killing Phantoon at Dragoon and found his charge beam.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, I missed baby skip too, so that's another factor into losing against Al. But it's okay.
It was actually pretty critical for Kipp because he had not ammo hunted.
Uh-huh.
Like, both you and Zeb had done ammo hunting on the way into Meridia and through Meridia and were in much better shape. But he left the Phantoon fight with only 15 missiles and 35 supers and found charge on his first check.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
part of what contributed to his sub 45 minutes. That's nuts.
That's a really fast time for, especially the boss Rando. You know, it was kind of like if people want to crate first, you would have saved for sure because you wouldn't know what it was. But after crate, when we got both suits in Norfair, it was just, you didn't really need to save anymore. You know what I mean? So,
unless you're Jaychalke and you find Varia and then go into lower Norfair before you check Bubble Mountain.
Oh no! So it was Dragoon in lower Norfair. Yeah.
He double spring ball jumped to get.
Oh,
out.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, and he got it, and it was amazing. But definitely slowed him down. Oh, and I did check this time. The ice beam was up in the top of Rex ship, so nobody going there.
It
Hey,
it would have sucked. Like you
Yeah.
you couldn't go to the top of
Welcome,
Rex ship
Zeb.
in the beginning anyway because
Yeah.
it was
Oh, what's going on?
So it,
Not what I wanted to press. Ah, I don't know how to fix it. I wanted to get the audio, but Jaychalke's isn't usable, so I clicked Kipp's, but it's whatever that is, and then I couldn't switch to you or Rossu, Zeb, because you guys are in Discord and it was there. Oops.
yeah, I think it's time for the background music.
But there's no button to play background music.
It automatically does when none of the audios are usable.
It was silent for me. Oh, but it's because the commentator stream is
Yeah,
silent.
you
when
don't
background
hear
music
the
was playing.
right. Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about that scene, Zeb?
actually, I wasn't a huge fan. It was too much of a jet seed for me. And with Boss
It
Rando, I
was-
like to play it super safe
It was
and try to like check a bunch of stuff to make sure that I'm being safe. And there was no need for that.
and it was not only super jet, but Kipp also made the gamble and hit it, which was he had not done near as much ammo hunting as you and Rossu, and then he checked plasma as soon as he killed Phantoon and found his charge beam.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see the huge, like, on the screen right now, you know, you had like 46%, Kipp's at 28.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was insane. Like, if charge was early, I think all of us would have really fast times.
Yeah.
Well, we all already have really fast times, and I think that's also partly due to how many supers were available, like especially early.
We were commenting on that.
Like
3 supers in the first 3 item locations besides Morph, and then 2 at charge and right above it. It was crazy how many supers there were.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the 15 early power bombs available, you know, made the search for ice not even necessary either. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
As our just to credit our
Yeah.
off-stream runners, we've got Toasty in 7th place, 55 minutes and 1 second, and then Polar Bear Bunny in 8th place with a 57:48.
Yeah,
GG.
yeah, definitely.
So-
And Jaychalke will be finishing shortly. Just finishing up Mother Brain with the Hyper Beam. Sorry, what's going on?
Mm-hmm. So when I found Varia, I wanted to go back up and check Kraid. First of all, to see if Kraid was Dragon, because if Kraid was Dragon, then I would be completely in the clear to go down to Lower Norfair. So
Yeah,
I was
so-
worried that if I went down to Lower Norfair with just Varia and High Jump, and Dragon was down there, I would be really kind of screwed.
So you mean
'Cause I
what Jaychalke did?
But he did?
He
Oh,
did.
wow.
He double spring ball jumped to get out.
Oh. So I went to Kraid first, both because Kraid could have gravity behind him, or Kraid could have been Dragon, and then I would have been in the clear to go down. So
And I
And
think
Jay-
Rossu, you actually hit Kraid on the way down before going into LN, or at Norfair at all, rather.
Yeah, Kraid was my first boss. I went straight to Kraid. I figured with Boss Rando, Kraid is a really good place for it's like a fork in the road. You know what I mean? If you go to Kraid and you know Kraid is, let's say for example Dragon or Ridley, and you can't really kill them early, you can reset and decide if you want to go to Norfair or Rex Ship. You know, versus if you go to Rex Ship first. First of all, if it's not Phantoon, then Rex Ship won't be available for you. But if it's, I mean, the rest of Rex Ship won't be available to you. So you just be leaving. And if it's Ridley or Kraid, then you kind of have a long way to go back down.
I'm waiting for the seed
Yeah.
where it's Kraid in Rex Ship to required progression in his tank item to get to Phantoon.
minor split. But
Yes, and a major minor split. GG Jaychalke finishing up with a time of 1 hour and 42 seconds.
Oh, so close to the
GG.
sub-hour, even with that crazy spring ball shenanigans. Good race from him too, for sure.
Skipping Kraid on the way down to Norfair most of the time in Boss Rando, because normally half the time you're not going to be able to kill Ridley or Dragon, and it's normally only one item behind Kraid anyway, or even 0 with Phantoon. So skipping Kraid normally isn't that big of a deal. If the one item does happen to be something like Varia or Gravity, it can really hurt, but most of the time it's fine, and then you can kind of go through Norfair, pick up enough stuff to be able to kill either Dragon or Ridley, and check on the way back up.
Yep. Yeah, and that's what we saw Kipp
But-
do, actually. So, yeah, that's definitely a good route.
Welcome, Jaychalke.
Hi there.
Today you taught me that you can escape Dragon's room with Spring Ball.
Yes. I'm guessing that might be what really set me back. That was really slow Norfair with just then getting thrown into Dragon. I knew going in that if I was thrown into Dragon, I was going to be able to get out with the double spring ball jump, but it was a very slow Dragon fight, and I almost died. It was very, very slow.
And it was so close to the sub-hour, too. We were rooting for it, but at least you found the charge beam. Poor Zeb and Rossu had to ammo kill.
Mm.
I knew from the beginning that I was gonna look for ammo. When we
Yeah.
had like 25 supers before Big Pink or something like that, it was I already knew that I was gonna start looking for ammo.
On the way just to try to find ice, but I didn't really care about finding charge that much.
Yeah, same here. It was just I'll check Main Street. I'll check I even checked Mama Turtle for ammo and Aqueduct. Not something you usually do, but yeah, I just wanted to make sure that by the time I finished the last boss, I had enough ammo to go.
So how do you guys, have any of you guys, what do you guys think of the boss Rando? I don't know how much you guys have played of it so far. Wondering which logic set do you like with the boss Rando?
We prefer the major minor with Boss Rando. I think that with Chozo, I'm not sure what it is that I don't like quite as much about it. I think it might be just that there are fewer checks. But with major minor, I like that you kind of can check a whole ton of places before like going to your first boss, and normally you'll have enough stuff to be able to kill most of the bosses by that point. But with Chozo, a lot of times it kind of feels like you're kind of the high jump Varia and want to go down to lower Norfair and not know if Dragon were down there and not be able to escape. Like, that's a really big gamble. So
As a viewer, I just like saying a full randomizer.
I think for lower Norfair specifically, major minor split would be better since you have an extra major check there before you go to the lower Norfair boss. Because like with Chozo, you really can only check GT, and if it's not something that you want, then let's say for example you get Dragon without gravity, then it becomes a problem. So and I think Kraid becomes less valuable as an area and not the boss, because like let's say you go to Wreck Ship and you kill Kraid, there's really no reason to go to Kraid anymore. There's no Chozo there, Kraid's area. So I guess that's a benefit for Chozo. You don't have to go there anymore. Well, obviously except for fighting the boss that's there.
Yeah, the item behind whatever boss it is. So.
Right. So I guess they both have their ups and downs.
I just want to see the fact that if you find Dragon, Kakatak Alley opens up, get used.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Where was I in relation to the other runners just before the lava dive?
Yeah,
It was
right with
so
them.
Kipp was first in by quite a bit, but he skipped Kraid, so he didn't kill Kraid until heading back up. Other than that, it was pretty much like within 30 seconds or a minute
I think
between all the rest of the three of you.
Oof.
yeah,
because they had went to Old Mountain.
Yeah, you were right there with them for sure as you went into the Dragon fight. But then, of course, them having gravity, that is where it turned around.
Right.
I think you were even ahead of Zeb because he checked Alpha PBs.
Bees, and I went back up to kill Kraid after going down to Norfair, before going to Lower Norfair. So
yeah, so I think you were ahead of Zeb. You were like right there with Rossu, who's just behind Kipp, and then it kind of broke open there.
Heck.
Heck it.
It was a cool gamble, though. I mean, it didn't pay off, but it was still it was cool to watch and something.
I was
different.
I was banking on gravity being up in Rex ship, so it's like, I mean, I'm just gonna go. Didn't pay off.
Poor 64-bit Link. Pasting in the IRC chat, bumping into Mother Brain during the hyper beam.
Oh no.
oh,
He was not happy.
That's one of the reasons why I don't do stand up.
Oh no, it was the so he managed to get out of the one part where you need to be in the air, but that kind of locks you for just a moment, like maybe a second or less, right? What he did was he did a spin jump towards Mother Brain and got locked in that animation, and just kind of floated into Mother Brain's legs.
Oh wow.
All right, we got your double spring ball jump posted in chat, Jay. You can go use that elsewhere.
Nice.
So, Zeb, how do you feel about your upcoming week matches? Have you done your week 9 match yet?
oh, I have not done week 8 or week 9, and gonna rant a little bit because I'm a little bit salty because I was supposed to play Cyan Kaiser for week 8. And I'm at 6-1, so I need one more win to get into the playoff entry race kind of thing, where a bunch of people will be playing. And I need to get to 8-1 to be outright in the playoffs. And anyway, I was supposed to play Cyan Kaiser in week 8, and he dropped from the league. So instead, I'm going to be playing Sephi.
And someone who's not as familiar with the runners, I'm going to guess that Sephi is better.
Sephi is a very, very good runner. So
he's a good any.
It is going to be
too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like a 44 or 43. I'm not sure. He's got a really good any.
I do agree with you. That doesn't seem quite 100% fair. I mean, I understand fine, get him replaced and have him run, but
really good about making playoffs beforehand. Feeling a lot less good now. I have to play him, and I also have to play Scotty McBody. So those are two very good runners to end out my season.
I
need to get one of them.
I could potentially finish 7-2. Not quite sure on that yet. It'll be tight, but I could probably finish 7-2. We'll see.
Well, at least you guys are getting the boss Rando practice in. I like seeing the boss Rando. I think it gives that extra interesting dimension to how things are going to be going.
Yeah, I really enjoyed actually.
Yeah, definitely. Me too.
I think there are a lot of really interesting.
Sorry, what?
there are a lot of really interesting risks you can take in Boss
Yeah.
Rando, but you can get completely screwed by them. Like,
like getting thrown into Dragon with just spring ball.
yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
'cause
I
just
just I like
Go
jumping
ahead.
through the door and just awaiting your 1 in 4 chance of something, and it's just like
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was saddened that it was Crade. I was hoping that it was something that would definitely soft
Yeah.
lock a player at that point.
But yeah, it's always interesting for me, like watching our Rando and Super Metroid Rando versus Link to the Past Rando. Right, Link to the Past Rando has so many more items that are needed for Go mode that a lot of the times there and so many more places to get those items that are accessible that there's that extra complexity factor there. So that's why I really like how Boss Rando twists everything and really makes you think about what you need to do even more.
Yeah. Think about what you need to do, and it makes you think about what kind of risks you want to take and how safe you want to play it. Like, I tend to be someone who really likes to play things safe, but there are definitely times to take risks.
All right. Well, any last thoughts, guys, before we end today's community race?
Thanks for commentating.
Don't think so.
Thank you guys
Yeah,
for
thanks.
racing and participating. Big shout out to our tracker Cheaty Face and for Tracy and the Drag and the rest of the Rando community who gets all these set up and ran behind the scenes. Thank you, Sire, for making it a little more entertaining.
Yeah, you too. Thanks for joining me here, Linares, and yeah, thanks to the runners. It was a good one. Definitely an interesting and a fast seed. So yeah, we can all head off to the next race.
GG, everyone, and we'll see you in the next mission.
GG.
Yep.